What's going on, Minecraft and YouTube? My name is Preacher. We are looking at a flying machine. All right. To say in Bedrock flying machines are broken is an understatement. I mean, they are miserable. So what I did, I went in and I started in our little test world here and started building a flying machine that would not break. And as you can tell, the flying machine keeps going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. It just keeps going and going. All right. So for some of y'all old school people. All right. So what's happening in this flying machine is essentially the most stable flying machine that you can have is a one-way flying machine. Okay, and that's exactly what you have. If you notice, there is a combination of sticky pistons and regular pistons. Same thing over here on this side. And all we have is a one-way flying machine. This on this side right here, right now, we have a sticky piston that does the pulling. Over here, we have a regular piston that does the pushing. All right, so now, right now, this flying machine is going to go this way because there's no sticky over here. Then once it gets to this side, we're actually going to pull and push these observers back over into the to attach to the opposite piston, and then that's going to cause this thing to be a one-way flying machine the opposite direction. That is all these docking stations are on these sides is a way to move the observers backwards and forwards. Okay, so let's watch it in progress one more time. And so as you can tell, it's going over here. As soon as it gets over there, it's going to dock. That's going to push the observer over. That's going to pull the observer over. Now we're going to come back over here. This one's going to push. That one's going to pull, and it's going to send it off again. That's all it is to it. All right. So let's get in and do a block by block build on each one of these. Okay, so the materials that you're going to need for the docking stations, for the way I have it divided out, this is one docking station, this is the second docking station. They are identical, okay? And then the flying machine itself. Let's start off with the flying machine itself, and then we'll move to the docking stations, okay? Okay, for the flying machine itself, let's move over just a little bit. We're going to build up just a couple of blocks. Let's move up 3 blocks, and we'll start building right here. For the flying machine itself, we're going to build out 6 blocks in both directions with slime blocks. Okay. At the end, we're going to put this just can be a solid block. I chose lime green because it's it goes with the slime. Then we're going to build over, and we're going to do the exact opposite. Just like that. So now we have 6 slime blocks in the middle and a 7th block on the ends. Okay. Here we're going to put sticky pistons on the outsides. So both of them facing opposite directions. And then here facing the same direction as its sticky piston, we're going to do a regular piston. So regular piston on the inside, sticky piston on the outside, and both of them facing the same direction. All right. We're actually going to want I'm going to build this area to where the flying machine is headed in that direction. Okay. A couple of temporary blocks, and we're going to put the observers on the ends over here. And that is the flying machine. Right now, if we were to put a block on top of this observer, this flying machine would take off in that direction and never stop. Okay, so if you're worried about that, put a piece of obsidian or something on the end of this. That way your flying machine does not take off. Actually, if you put 2 blocks out here in front, because we are at the max pushing level, the 2 blocks will actually stop. Actually, I think it may take 3, but that may stop it. Yep, it does stop it. Let's see if 3 stops it. Yep, just 2. That'll stop it. All right. All right, so at this point, the reason why I recommend building this part first is because everything else is going to be done off of this block, okay? Everything is going to be built around this build. So from here, Okay, so we're going to put 2 blocks down there. Here we're going to come out 1 block right there. From this block right here, we're going to build most of our machine. All right, okay. So we're going to go back 2 blocks there. On this side of the machine, we're going to go over 3 blocks, and then we're going to come around to there. All right. Now this part right here, we're actually using these. Okay. So I'll put this right here back for the, okay. Here, we're going to want to put, this right here is just a pulse extender. We're going to build out a pulse extender right here. 1 piston there and 1 piston there, and then a redstone block there. Here we're going to have a repeater. All repeaters in this build are going to be on 4 ticks. And again, we're going to continue this back wall out around the edge of this farm, or not farm, but this build. Right here in front of this, we're going to put an observer. The observer needs to be facing that block. Off of the end of that observer, we're going to come around. We're going to go out 1 block there, and we're going to come around to here. We're going to build up a temporary block there, and we're going to put a sticky piston right here. Okay, from here, we're going to build a little L shape right there. And then we're going to come up 1 block, and we're going to come around like that. Okay. Now we're going to start running all our redstone dust. Right here underneath, beside that block, we're going to go again with a repeater at 4 ticks. Then out again, there and there with redstone dust. 4 tick repeater there, and 4 tick repeater there. 4 tick repeater there. Here we're going to have a sticky piston in front of that repeater, and a piece of redstone dust there. Here, right on top of these 4 slime blocks, we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of glazed terracotta. And remember, we have our 2 blocks over here, so we have that stopped. It is not going to go anywhere. So let's go ahead and put our redstone lamp there. All right. Now 4 pieces of redstone dust on top of those. 2 pieces of redstone here. Top of that redstone block, we're going to build out 2 blocks there, temporary blocks, and a regular piston there. For the purpose of this demonstration, I am using a single lever to put up here on this redstone lamp. That's just for me to be able to power it on and off. Okay, now that we've finished with one side of this build, what we want to do, we want to move our flying machine over to the other side of whatever farm you're going to be farming with here. So let's say your farm is this long. So I'm going to build me a little cobblestone wall there. I don't remember how tall I am, so I'm just putting a block up there. And then we're going to turn this thing on, and it's going to fly down to the other end. I almost missed. All right. So now let's go ahead and block this thing off so it doesn't take off anymore. And now we can build the exact same thing on this side. So let me go ahead and build out this side, and I will come back and show you what we built. Okay, so we have this side over here built, but it's flown over here, and we did not push and pull our observers. So while we have our 2 blocks over here blocking this thing right here off, we're going to want to manually move our observers this one time. We're going to break both of those, and we're going to place them where they're supposed to be. Now from here, in order for me to turn this thing on, all I have to do is switch that lever. And now you're going to want to, when you set up this right here to your automatic farm, like say this is a sugarcane farm, you're going to want to hook up an observer that's going to come around and bring a redstone signal into this redstone lamp. But you're not going to have to set up this system right here. All right, this side right here from this a repeater on up this redstone line right here. You're not going to have to set that up on one side. You're just going to have to set it up on the distant end, the end that you want it to return from. So here, to see it work, let's just go ahead and, I never did remove the cobblestone. All right, to see it work, all we got to do is flip that lever. Now we can turn it back on, turn the lever back off. Now this thing here is just going to go backwards and forwards continuously forever without breaking. The main thing is this thing right here does travel forever without breaking. Oops. If you turn the lever off. If you know anything about flying machines in Bedrock, they break constantly. The only time I have had this thing break in this creative test world is I actually flew off in the distance while it was docking. If I flew off while it was flying across, when I came back into the chunks, it just resumed flying. But whenever I flew out while this thing was docking, it did stop. Okay, so that is the only time I've experienced this thing breaking. So maybe if you're going to be traveling in and out of your chunks a lot in the while you have this thing, maybe you might want to hook you up a lever. That way you can turn this thing off. If you're outside of your chunks for a long period of time anyway, then this thing's not going to operate because your crops aren't going to grow anyways. So one last little bit here at the very end. I wanted to kind of go around and show you we're 5 blocks wide here. We are 13 blocks wide across the back. Get a good look at it. You can pause it at any time. All in all, this farm is 4 blocks tall, 5 blocks wide, and 13 blocks long. All right, so if you're looking for a flying machine that will not break on you and it will operate, you can operate it almost continuously. You never have to come back and fix a thing. This right here is absolutely the farm for you. I wish this thing was a little bit wider, but it is a one-way flying machine both ways. So there's a few extra blocks required to be able to build that. And so that's the reason why it can only be 7 blocks wide. But I would gladly exchange that for this. Yeah, that didn't work at all, did it? All right, so hey, I appreciate you watching. Please hit the like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.